Alright, what's up guys? Dapper here, and we are once again getting ready to play a little Esper Vampire. So we have been making a few changes to the deck, and we're just about to go over those before we actually get into the gameplay this time. So been having a few leagues. I've went through 2 leagues and I've had some pretty awful results, to be completely honest, but that does not mean that we're going to stop tweaking, and that does not mean that we're going to stop playing this deck to try to see what we can do with it. So I've went up from 24 to 25 lands. I thought about going completely 26 like most Esper control lists, but decided for 25. um, I've had 70% of the time I pretty much get everything I need, and then I have those few times where it just does not work out. um, we've thrown in a couple of bright climb pathways, and that's pretty much the main difference here from the last time. And let's get into the meat of the deck. The meat of the deck has not changed too much. We're testing out this card, Runic Shot. Destroy target tapped creature. If this spell was kicked, it allows us to scry 2. I think this would be a good little removal spell. Just handles pretty much everything. If they're attacking in, we get to handle it. Fatal Push, usual suspect. Make Disappear, usual suspect. Going down to 2 Dovin's Veto, 3 Vanishing Verse in the main deck, so we have our removal package right here. Next up, we've got 4 copies of Sorin. We have completely ousted using the 4 mana Sorin, and we have also ousted using the new 5 mana Teferi. So this is our complete non-creature package right here. Next up, we have our creature packages. So at first, I was running Silver Smoke Ghoul. Silver Smoke Ghoul is usually useless. If I'm not drawing that card with Sorin, it isn't a good blocker. It's really not a good attacker because anything can kill it. So I have temporarily at least removed Silver Smoke Ghoul. So essentially we're running 4 copies of our big boy. So we've got 4 Kalidas, 4 Edgar, 4 Night Vale, 4 Evelyn. Now, Evelyn is the interesting piece here, because when she hits the battlefield, it is really good. However, I'm actually thinking about going down to 2 Evelyn and splitting and grabbing another vampire, or either going down to 2 Evelyn and adding some more interaction. We will see what happens. So next up, let's talk about that good old sideboard. So let's slide this on over so you guys can see. I'm going to display by card view. Let's go back to pile. I think that'll probably be better for you guys. Okay, so right now, 2 Rest in Peace, 2 Noxious Grass to handle any white and green things. There's a lot of white and green things running around Pioneer at the moment. Go Blank, Ritual of Soot, handle creature decks. Siphon of Insight, some interesting tech that I picked up from the Esper control list. Unmoored Ego, stripping out people's cards, any card really, and then Void Ring to just get rid of other permanents that Vanishing Verse cannot. So, with that being said, let's get into the gameplay. Alright guys, time for Esper Vampires versus Abzan Greasefang. This is one of my highlight matches. This is always a very difficult match, but it's a fun match to play, especially if you know how to play it. They're playing Grizzly Savage, trying to put crap into their graveyard. It's a constant, I'm trying to fill my graveyard. So essentially, once we realize what the heck is going on, we've got our Grizzly Savage right here. We're going to think about countering it. Went ahead and held it up. Traversed the Uvenwald. We're going to play Tassiger. See if they're doing their whole delve shtick right now. So we're going to make disappear that bad boy. Get the heck up out of here. Okay, blue, black for Nightveil Predator. Get something out here that they can't touch. Raffine's Informant. this piece of tech is really good. This Professor of Symbology. I haven't seen this card in many lists that I've played. So allowing them to slide in something from outside of the game. Anytime you're pulling stuff from outside of the game, it's automatically a cheat code. Greasefang, they're going to get Parhelion. Have mercy. So we're going to get hit here for 13 damage, going down to 5, and we're going to scoop it up. There's nothing we can do. It would have been a little bit different if we would have drawn into another Nightveil Predator. We did not. So with that being said, a pretty quick game one, but let's go ahead and go to game 2, shall we? Alright guys, time for game number 2. We're on the play this time. We're going to go ahead and throw a Godless Shrine out there. Gotta love turn 1 Thoughtseize. They took the Vanishing Burst, which is interesting because they don't have very many monocolored things. Primarily Ezeka's Chariot's monocolored, but I wouldn't be able to snipe away Greasefang or anything. I would be sniping away Parhelion, stuff like that, so I guess it's kind of a 50-50. Trying to hold up a Make Disappear here. I probably should have went ahead and played Soren, but given that they just played the Professor, yeah, I probably should have played Soren to be completely honest, but we're going to play him now. That's our cheat code. Throw out a Nightveil. Satyr Wayfinder. Go ahead and block one of these, so we're going to go down to 14. Soren is out. Okay, let's get out another Soren. That allows us to leave up, Make Disappear, just in case. Probably should have put a little pressure on there and actually attacked. They're going to flash back, can't stay away, so they can try to bring back good old Greasefang, and then because they can't bring it back, they just go ahead and concede. A bit of an early concession, in my opinion, from the opponent, because given they would have done that, they would have likely not attacked. I would have swung in next turn for 5. They would have went down to 11. I'm sure that they could have made something happen. So like I said, that was a little bit of an early concession. It was going to definitely be a good game. I think I did have the upper hand given I had another Nightveil Predator and an Edgar in the in my hand. Let me see. In their graveyard, they Thoughtseize me, so they were aware of the double Nightveil. It is what it is. So with that being said, we're tied 1-1. Let's go ahead and go to game number 3. Alright, time for game number 3. Let's see what we get up. Gotta throw that away. We've got 2 Unmoored Egos. So we're aiming to take Greasefang. They're going to duress us. Of course they take the Unmoored Ego. I would have took Unmoored Ego. Should have just said, hey, take my freaking card. Okay, no Thoughtseize, good. Okay, I'm going to shock this in so that we can present a counter spell. Whether we play the thing or not, it doesn't really matter. We're not going to counter that due to the fact that we would have 2-for-1'd ourselves there, so we're not going to do it. Unmoored Ego, we're going to take Greasefang. Yep, get them on out of here. Okay. Ezeka's Chariot. They're going to get 2/2/2 green cats. Okay, let's go ahead and put Kalidas out. So what I'm going to try to do here is to hopefully draw another land, snipe something with Fatal Push so that I can get a zombie and then start blocking, because I don't want to block with Kalidas unless I have to. Okay, so let's go ahead and play Fatal Push. We're not going to block and opponent concedes for whatever reason. I think once again this was quite the premature concession. I don't they did thought seize me, but did they really have nothing in their hands here? I have no clue. This was not a league. We're just doing tournament practice now until we can kind of get this deck up to snuff. And if you guys have any feedback in terms of a good replacement for Evelyn, because I'm thinking I want to go down 2 copies of Evelyn and then slot in another at least 4 CMC vampire that actually does something good. Kalidas does something good. Night Veil can't be touched. Edgar gives other vampires +1/+1 and then comes back. You know, Evelyn, she's really good, but attacking for 2 is just a prime target. And of course, we have to have other vampires coming into the battlefield, and we're not necessarily a creature centric deck. So I'm definitely looking for another high costed but big once it hits the battlefield kind of a creature, something that could be cheated in with someone. So if anybody has any ideas, definitely let me know. But yep, that's it for the gameplay. We went over the new deck at the beginning of this stream. So yeah guys, until next time, thanks a lot for watching, and I will holler at you.